bet in a heartbeat that I make quality videos.
Doomed by the narrative, and haunted by the narrative, and a secret third thing, narrating the narrative. Kuzco, you are the only person I respect! Galaxy Brain! I get that it's popular, but has anyone thought about how fucked up the Truman Show is? Like, it was really funny last week when he tripped over that bird, but think about it. He doesn't know. Okay, if you care so much, then don't watch. People are always whining about the show, but I know you're tuning in. Besides, he's never known anything else. At this point, it'd be cruel to end the show. Like, what are they gonna do? Just release him into the wild? My life hasn't known peace ever since someone said people with ADHD talk like Dr. Doofenshmirtz. Because it's true. Sometimes I go on like 5 non-sequiturs and I'm like, do I sound like Doofenshmirtz right now? Which is not a bad thing. Doofenshmirtz is great. Thank you, Tumblr user ADH Doofenshmirtz. You're right, it's something to aspire to. All those terms for when you don't really like something, but someone else does and you respect that. You've heard of not my cup of tea and whatever floats your boat, and now it's time for this phrase to shine. Not my fave hentai of Pennywise, but okay. Lars, all due respect, but no the fuck it isn't. Sounds like this one just isn't your fave hentai of Pennywise, and that's okay. Favorite genres of media include makes me want to lie on the floor, and have to stop and stare into space about it for a while, and sometimes both of those, as well as has rewired my brain so completely I will think about it every day forever. Media that makes you want to lie on the floor is something that can be so personal. I respect that fantasy as a genre has simply refused to standardize the spelling of fairy, fairy, fae, fae, fair folk, fairy. Just an F followed by whatever vowels you have in your heart. Yeti. Now wait just a second! I still think one of the funniest experiences of my life was watching American Psycho with my sister, and afterwards we both went, okay, let's do something more lighthearted now, and put on the dubbed version of Howl's Moving Castle, and we both lost our minds when we heard Howl start talking. Hang on, let me Google something. Yeah, this is funny. I don't think any of you understand how important I am to the plot. You can kill me off, but everyone will stop watching. Can't help but feel we're playing with fire here. Tank Museum, Monkey World, Nuclear Power Plant, Spider Farm. We need to stop doing this. Coming in 2017, Tank Monkeys versus Nuclear Spiders. This is basically Overwatch versus Spider-Man. I don't know what the gorilla's name is, sorry. I think my problem is that when I'm doing an activity with a friend, they're thinking, I am having fun. This is fun. But I'm thinking, we are tying the strings of fate. We are forming a powerful bond that will last eons. Bro, we are weaving a beautiful tapestry of fate by sitting on the floor reading different books in silence. And I can see our souls do a cool secret handshake. My friend told me that her boyfriend got her a super cool rock while they were on vacation together, and you would not believe my disappointment when I realized she was talking about her engagement ring. OP, I know the feeling because I thought you would describe a cool rock in this post. Holds your head in my hands. I'm sorry I let you down. One time I tried to do the, I've decided I'm gonna start gaslighting you. You're gonna start gaslighting me? That's not what I said joke with one of my friends. But I said, I've decided I'm gonna start gaslighting you. And he just went, okay. What do you mean he said okay? You're crazy. He never said that. Just gonna start gaslighting on every post about gaslighting. At times when hope is too big of a thing to have, curiosity, even clinical or small, is a very good placeholder. Asking myself, why continue? And finding the answer is always, in some form, I want to know what happens next, even if that want is tired or detached or outright morbid. Well, that's a Pretty inspiring message. When you don't have any hope, at least have some curiosity. Sometimes it's annoying when your character can't jump in a video game, but how often do you jump in real life? Do you even remember the last time you jumped? Is a question I never anticipated leaving me feeling so hollow and terrified. Can you please describe yourself for us using a haiku? He needs a haircut. Too many pens and pockets. Left his tea somewhere. Fuck my tea! Oh heck, my tea! Where is my tea? Oh heck, my tea! I also read this and immediately went to find my tea. It was cold. I'm both dumber and smarter than you think, so don't underestimate me, because I'm actually smart about a lot of stuff, but also don't be surprised if I'm dumb about some other stuff. Hope that helps. My fiance said to me once, sometimes you say things and it shows how smart you are, and other times you say things and I wonder if you've read a book in your life. Listen, I'm not the biggest fan of kids, but if a child looks at me, then you bet I'm gonna smile back at them. Kids deserve to experience the world as a kind and safe place to explore, okay? But the world is not kind or safe. Then fucking do your part to make it that way. You guys have got to try living. It's ugly, but there's no other option. Don't wanna. Didn't ask, don't care. Surrender to the tide of life and allow it to wash over you in all its imperfect and profound beauty. Writing is fun. Writing at night. Affection and mirth danced in her eyes, making them sparkle like a radiant summer sun when reflected across a glistening pond. Wisps of hair swept along her cheeks, caressing them just as his fingers longed to do. Writing during the day. He pushed her hair from her face and tucked it behind her ear. Filler episodes was a term mainly used in anime circles to describe episodes with material that wasn't in the manga, and now it's used broadly to describe any moment in a series where the main plot isn't progressing. It's become a tiresome way of viewing entertainment. Writers are so afraid of any slow or intimate moment being perceived as filler that they're taking off the meat and only leaving the bone. I don't want actors performing Wikipedia entries. I want characters, goddammit! Oh no, we're all doomed by the narrative. Maybe you are. I'm the narrative's favorite. Update. Turns out this is not a good thing for me. Hamlet. A mistake that a lot of people make is being a fan of only one kind of media. That's where Marvel fan brain rot comes from. That's where gamer brain rot comes from. That's where anime fan brain rot comes from. You need healthy variety to maintain good media literacy. I don't think I can draw this. Well, you know what that means. I guess it'll have to look bad. Better be bad than never done. Ooh, look at me. I'm a fiction writer. I'm gonna invent conflicts between made-up people so real people can get stressed out about them. Ooh, look at me. I'm a fiction reader. I am stressed out about made-up people. Obsessed with stories where it is like, the mistakes are unfixable, and the worst thing that could happen happened, and nothing can go back to how it was. But there was still love in this, and love will continue after this, and love endures always. I love when tragedies are like, the love was there. It didn't change anything. It didn't save anyone. There were just too many forces against it, but it still matters that the love was there. The natural companion post to my favorite post. I love you, mirror versions. I love you, possession. I love you, cloning. I love you, simulacrums. I love you, shadow selves. I love you, digital copies of a mind. I love you, alternate timeline versions. I love you, tropes that play with identity and what it means to be a certain person. You give value to your writing. No one else does. Why is this so relatable and nice? OMFG, I want to cry! There's a little kid who will one day see your work, and it'll change the trajectory of their life forever. This is why you must create. This is why you must believe in yourself. Tumblr is my bedroom, this. Tumblr is a pinboard, that. Tumblr is an apartment complex with thin walls, and every so often you just have to listen to your neighbors say the most deranged shit imaginable. Sometimes you find out that the neighbor in question is Neil Gaiman. Who the fuck switched my trash can with a slightly worse trash can? We can buy each other checkmarks now? Tumblr sanctioned violence! It's unchecked violence. I think the violence is very checked, actually. Perhaps a bit too checked? Oh my god, look at all the rainbow checkmarks on Moonpaw. Oh my god. Evil info dumping, where you just tell lies. TikTok, 5-minute crafts. Resume, Tumblr. Nowadays, so many Tumblr posts are just about Tumblr. We're running out of things to talk about. I switched my trash can with my neighbors today because theirs is nicer. You! I literally had a nightmare that everyone on the internet was doing something called wise posting, but I just couldn't get it right, and so people would bombard my replies with the sentence, no, very unwise. No, very unwise. New reaction meme just dropped. Best thing Tumblr ever did for me is the term rotating it in my mind. It's really true that sometimes you think about something real hard, but you can't tell what the thoughts are exactly. It's revolutionary stuff, I might even say. Sometimes the subject of your thoughts is just in this thing. Never try to make a post meant to be reblogged on a specific day. Worst mistake of my life. Happy Specific Day Sunday! In case you're wondering about my posting bursts, 1. Yes, I regularly forget Tumblr is a website that exists. 2. Yes, I have manic episodes. 3. I am just bored right now and not actually having a manic episode. 4. At least I think I'm not. 5. I think I was wrong. Being on Tumblr is like playing a violin in a concert hall for thousands of people, and a few of them clap, then honking a kazoo to amuse your 2 friends, and suddenly you have 20k notes. Hey Jessica, you know what would be funny? Like really funny? Don't even think about it. Noun, hot minute, an extremely short period of time, an unspecified period of time, a long period of time. You know when somebody says this that they mean either a short amount of time, a long amount of time, or maybe just neither. Oh, I was using it right. I laughed way too hard at that tag. Please, my son, he is very sick. Scrolls past this post. Oh my god, it's a forklift! Begrudgingly scrolls back up to reblog. Compels you to experience emotions which you lack the vocabulary to describe. Oh god, this is so, well, I can't say. C is for cookie! Please leave. What perfection this is. It's good enough for me! I wonder, if a woodchuck could chuck wood, what else could happen? She could sell seashells by the seashore. Rob Lowe could rob Lowe's. I want to see a UFO. Look at a flying object and simply choose not to identify it. Oh my goodness. That actually makes sense. Why don't we just do that? I do not want my fantasy media to be realistic. I want my fantasy media to be convincing. That's an excellent distinction. Why are we italicizing? To convince. To convince who? The Italians. I just came up with a horrible drawing game. First artist draws a human OC. Second artist draws that OC's fursona. Third artist draws a humanized version of that fursona without seeing the original OC. Fourth artist draws a fursona for that character, so on and so forth. Also known as telephone. Telephone! Oh my god! At the gym, I said subscription instead of membership, and the girl replied with, "Lol, this isn't a pharmacy. Bitch, that's a prescription. We're both stupid." So, are you dating now, or? Hate that English makes you say things like that, and do. Yeah, hate that that's something I do sometimes. I'm screaming and crying and throwing up. It's wild that you can just do anything. Date the wrong person. Choose the wrong career. You can go outside and start eating dirt if you want, and the universe lets you. Not even a pop-up like, "Are you sure?" Guy experiencing the consequences of his actions. Yeah, I don't know why these things keep happening to me. I must be cursed or something. Guy who is cursed. Yeah, I'm sure all of these things that are happening to me are just the consequences of my actions. Kind of a bummer to have been born at the very end of the fuck around century, just to live the rest of my life in the find out century. I'm not comforted at all by how many people with science jobs in their bio are retweeting this. I like the term gallows humor because it always makes me think of someone getting sentenced to death and being like, I have got to be the funniest person at my public execution. Your impending execution should be your second priority. Your first priority should always be your commitment to the bit. These two things are simultaneously true. Bad people can and do improve themselves and deserve to have the ability to do so. Even if a person improves, people who they've hurt are not required to forgive them or give them another chance to be in their lives. You can be peeling a boiled egg and think to yourself, wow, that was so simple. And then you peel another one and it's like being in the throes of war. Shell everywhere, egg mangled, tears in your eyes. That's how God keeps you humble. No, you won't ever be exactly the same again. And that's fine actually. I'm assuming you're talking about the died and came back different thing? No, I'm talking about the mundane horror of existing as a human being. The real-life version of being doomed by the narrative is knowing you have work in the morning. The IRL version of being stuck in the time loop is also going to work. Literally want to shoot past me for signing up for overtime right now. I went to Burger King on my lunch break and the cashier turned my drink upside down and spilled it everywhere, and she said, "Oh fuck, my bad, I used to work at Dairy Queen," and I'm still laughing about it. Lamau. I'd give her a tip, honestly. All the leaves are brown, all the leaves are brown, and the sky is gay, and the sky is gay. And once the dust of fucking around settles, you will come to realize that you have, in fact, found out. But, like, at least I fucked around, right? But at least you fucked around. Comfy bed, take me home to the place where I belong. Pillow blankie, sleeping soundly, take me home, comfy bed. It's really funny how Tumblr keeps gaining new members just because other websites mess up so colossally that Tumblr somehow manages to look better in comparison. Really embodies the idea of failing upwards. I literally came here because Google Plus shut down. Oh my god, I remember Google Plus. That was so cringe, oh my god. Pro tip, if you start saying hello as a joke, it will eventually come to be your standard greeting for all loved ones. Or in a more generalized form, beware what thou do ironically, lest thou begin to do it ronically. Started out as a bit, how did it end up like this? It was only a bit, it was only a bit! Beware of the running joke, because someday it will catch you. Finger licking good. And its ontological opposite, toe-sucking evil. Colonel Sanders and Quentin Tarantino locked in mortal combat. Build a bridge and get over it. I worked very hard on this. Hey, what exactly is possessing you people to reblog a nearly 10-year-old Shrek meme that I made in high school? Your hard work isn't going unnoticed. Today, I stubbed my toe very hard against my dresser, but didn't feel anything. Hashtag numb. I spelled dresser wrong, are you serious? And toe. Wait, what? This is so embarrassing. Posts that have 10k to me. Hey now, you're a rock star. Get your game on. Yo, play. Just told my kids I'm older than Google. They think I'm joking. Born before September 4th, 1998? Congratulations, you are older than Google. Netflix is also older than Google. I'm like if a chivalrous knight kissed a fair maiden's hand and said, "My lady, I fight for you," and then walked off and immediately tripped over his own armor and fell on the ground. Funny. If the lady's a keeper, she would make a funny comment to dissipate the tension. "My good knight, though I admire your skills, you have no need to fight the whole earth for my sake." This would be amazing. Image prompt. Gary, I realize it's your first day, but we do have a dress code. I literally can't tell who is talking to who, and I don't want to change that for a second. I especially love the last response because it made me confused even more, and now I started to think, what name does the second person have? Whoever that would be. Dios mío, un ángel! Dios mío, la Serena! Dios mío, un vampiro! Dios mío, un gnomo! Dios mío, un gigante! Horse play and monkey business Being treated as synonyms means something. Don't know what though. Monkeys are so silly that what they consider business, horses consider play. Do a monkey's job as a horse, and you will never have to work a day in your life. Making a plant illegal is like saying God was wrong. Making a plant illegal was one of the first things God ever did. The best part is, it's impossible to tell who's arguing for legal weed. Non-confrontational cowboy that won't turn around after the 10 paces. He just breaks into a sprint and nobody has ever been able to hit him because he serpentines so well. This town ain't big enough for the two of us. Non-confrontational cowboy. Sure ain't! Sprints away.
That task you've been putting off, that chore you've been procrastinating, whatever responsibility it is that you've been ignoring, try this. Set a timer and dedicate 15 minutes to doing it. And when the timer stops, so do you. You may not complete it in that time frame, and that's totally okay, because now you've made some progress. And guess what? A small victory is still a win. Your brain is fucking stupid and you can train it like a dog. Prettiest woman I've ever seen in my fucking life comes in my store today and buys a dog leash. Ask her what she's getting it for, cause I'm stupid, and she goes, "Oh, it's for bad girls who don't behave." And brother, let me tell you, oh my god, dude, the follow-up here is absolutely fucking vital. She was flirting with you. She was what? Neighbors fought again. I put a speaker next to the wall and played a loud, swaying tone reminiscent of high-voltage hum. I could hear them stop arguing and start to coordinate to figure out where it was coming from. Relationship therapists hate this one weird trick. Assigned couples therapy by neighbor. Keep doing this and you can train them not to fight indoors. Like Cupid, but instead of using arrows, you use confusion. Chaotic, good. Timepiece with the fewest moving parts. Sundial. Timepiece with the most moving parts. Hourglass. Sundial has some noteworthy moving parts, like the sun and the earth. That still only counts as 2. I am consuming a media, and you are going to hear about it. And the thrilling sequel, I consumed a media months ago, and you are still hearing about it. And the cautionary conclusion, the media has consumed me. Harsh writing advice. Your project isn't garbage. You just need to go to bed. First of all, how dare you? Wakes up the next morning, realizes it worked. Second of all, how dare you? Girls, why not wed a cowboy? They make great hubbies, and it's Leap Yeep. Evansville Press, Indiana, February 5th, 1912. It's a Leap Yeep, my nightmare. Making a typo that people are still talking about over a century later. I want to see characters be happy. I want to see a character laugh so hard that they collapse to the floor over a stupid joke another character made. I want to see one tackle the other to the ground because they're just so excited to see them again. I want to see characters with inside jokes. I am sick of the horrors. Let characters experience the delights. Then crush it all with the horrors. Thinking about how high I must have been when I put this in my notes. A snake walks into a bar, and the bartender says, "How did you do that?" Okay, but this is really funny. I don't put projects on the back burner. I put them under the floorboards, where the ever louder beating of their hearts drives me slowly to madness. For I always hear the heartbeat getting slowly louder. I told them where they were, under those floorboards. Edgar Allan Poe reference! Which is sexier, a werewolf or a vampire? Depends if you find it sexier to submit to the will of charismatic evil or to be overwhelmed by animalistic power. And that's not a decision I can make for you. You have a choice. Which one? No matter how much you plan and plot and research and prepare, you'll never actually feel ready. So you might as well just jump right in and do the thing. Upon rereading this, I feel like I should specify that I was talking about writing and not murder. Two elderly British ladies greeting each other. Aloe vera, evening primrose oil, and they sound like this. Who remembers Monty Python's Flying Circus? I do. The president's heads are outside of their coins. This is satisfying to me. They're free. Yes, but at what cost? 16 cents. The crushing weight of 2 manageable tasks.
To be honest, the crushing weight of one manageable task. The crushing weight of no tasks, but feeling like there should be a task. The crushing weight of not knowing if there is a task. I'm starting to think this crushing weight is not about the tasks. What is it about laying on the floor when you're overwhelmed that makes everything feel so much better? When God has ceased to answer your prayers, it feels good to distance yourself from heaven. Adding this to my list of incredibly raw fucking lines gifted from the impossible wonder that is Tumblr. Fun fact! Did you know that you can gain extra forbidden time by staying up late in the night? But watch out! Shit, this is great! You can get so much done if you don't sleep! The consequences! It's okay, I'm built different. Surely it won't happen to me. And don't call me Shirley. Dudes be like, I'm in a pickle. Oh really? This you? I'm in a bit of a jam. In a bit of a pinch here. Okay, how do you hypothetically say, I want to study you in a friendly way? So far, the best I've got is, can I join a Discord server that you're in so I can observe you in your natural habitat? I think neurotypicals just say, I'd love to get to know you better, and it means the same thing to them. I see your point. Why did Lamau stick around, but Raffle die? Any theories on this? Floor dirty. One sounds like a French cat. The other sounds like Scooby saying awful. Lamau. Raffle. Dad, I hear a lot of curse words. Maybe you should try another game. You might not be good at that one. You're not winning, son. If I got a text like this from my dad, I would be mortified for a second and then die laughing. Every day I wear my I keep all my dad jokes in a database t-shirt out in public, and every day people refrain from asking me to tell a dad joke. I have like 5 locked and loaded for coffee shop employees alone. Can you tell me a dad joke? College of Architecture and Planning. I've literally been laughing at this for the past 5 minutes. I know, right? This is so ironic. So, what makes a butcher knife more butch than other knives? The knife itself isn't necessarily butch. It's named that because it's wielded by a butcher, who is more butch than the other food shop owners. I see. What then makes the butcher more butch than other food shop owners? The knife. That's what ancient Greek philosophy is like. Putting up "Hell is fake" billboards in Ohio to start a dialogue. Putting up "Ohio is hell" billboards in Ohio to continue the dialogue. Putting up "Ohio is other people" billboards in Ohio to confuse the dialogue. Putting up "Ohio is fake" billboards in Ohio just for shits and giggles. Putting up "Welcome to Pennsylvania" billboards in Ohio just to see what happens. You can pry my special capitalizations and random periods for like dramatic effect away from my cold dead hands. Proper business setting English. A comma for a pause and a period with a longer pause at the end of a thought. Daily English? We can use a comma for a pause where I'd like naturally pause for a breath. Periods go down when I'd stop talking. For effect, or something. 2 men holding the halves of an amethyst geode, smiling. The geode is heart-shaped, and both men are smiling. Babe, are you okay? You reblogged the 2 men holding the heart geode again. They found love between a rock and a hard place. The last reply takes the cake. The trick is to not let people know how really weird you are until it's too late for them to back out. Absolutely the frack not. The trick is to immediately let people know how weird you are, so you scare off the weak ones. The ones who stay because they like how weird you are, those are the ones you want. Post 1, workplace. Post 2, everywhere else. Yep, that's pretty accurate. Fandom was literally created for freaks, by freaks. If you can't handle freaks in the freak hobby, then get out. Fan is short for fanatic. It's not only cares a bit and not in a weird way, dumb. Fandom is literally short for fanatic's domain. If you can't be freaky in the literal freak cave, that's a you problem, my dude. Find a different domain. I'm on an Amtrak right now. That's so cool. Wowza! And I know you are loving your trip on the best transit mode ever invented. I am having a great time, except for the horrors. The horrors are part of the experience. The horrors are part of the experience. I thought that was Amtrak, but okay. I know everyone says it's best to just stick to said as a dialogue tag because it disappears, and that's true, and I mostly do, but I want to take a moment for my all-time favorite dialogue tag, lied. Absolutely nothing hits like, I'm here to help, he lied. Nothing. Absolutely one of my favorites. An erotic poem, leg so hot, hot leg, leg so hot, you fry an egg. I had the urge to search for this and bring it back. I feel like I just discovered a fossil. Apparently this has lived rent-free in my brain for 11 years? I'm about to Wii Sports resort to violence. I'm about to have a Wii fit. There's a Wiimote chance I'll lose control. The urge to spell it control. Lol. In France for work. Obviously, I knew there would be lots of people with dogs. What I was not prepared for is that the dogs seem aware they are French. Please explain. There is a Frenchness to them. They've got a certain chien ne sais quoi. I didn't take 2 years of high school French for this to be left in the tags, because chien translates to dog. Oh, genius. This realm be the only land where refined rhetoric gets misinterpreted. You may proclaim, I enjoy bread, and a peer will respond, so doth hates potatoes? Nay, cur, that is a whole new thought. What in the Lord's name art thou talking about? I hate that I understand this. Also, I was looking at 2021 in paleontology, and apparently this year, we discovered this awful shark that is wider than it is long. Why? I love this thing. Can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like stupid sharks? I could really use a fish right now. Fish right now. Slowly puts my hand out for my new followers to sniff before I try to pet them. One of the porn bots licks it. Alright, post cancelled. You can all go home now. It's incorrect skeleton season, folks. Ah yes, Halloween. The season where every animal magically has lots of bones they didn't have before. In an interesting turn of events, my mother thought a snake was one of these incorrect skeleton animals. Snakes don't have a skeleton, she says, while standing next to a spider skeleton decoration. I didn't know where to begin. How does Tumblr even work? Do you just, talk to yourself until people are like, I like this one? This is actually exactly how it works. Bold of you to assume Tumblr works. Must suck ass to be like a lawyer or something in the Pokemon world. They haven't made any cool lawyer Pokemon yet. Ho-Oh. I think we have different definitions of lawyer, but sure. Why wouldn't Ho-Oh be a lawyer? They're a phoenix, right? In the kindest way possible. Fuck you! I don't know how Tumblr works. It doesn't. Hope this helps. It doesn't. I already said this. This has been extremely unhelpful. Thank you very much. Has anyone seen my pet secret sauce? I think it ran away. I think I saw a sauce walking by earlier. What were the ingredients in yours? Maybe it was the one I saw. Okay, well you start off with a 2-to-1 ratio of Kewpie mayo and Heinz ketchup. Wait a minute. Being able to read blog posts of deleted Tumblr accounts is absolutely the best feature here. It feels like dragging a corpse around through a bacchanal along with its legacy. Weekend at Blorby's. Why would you hide a gem in the comments? Not even in the tags. In the comments! I bought an old vinyl record at a garage sale called Sounds Wasps Make, but when I got it home, it didn't sound at all like wasps. Turns out I was playing the B-side. This joke took 7 months off my life. I hope you're happy. Cramming a band's discography before a concert like it's an exam. Me to myself. This is great. I'm going to get a good grade in concert. Something that is both normal to want and possible to achieve. What did they do? Sell quack. They stole all the grapes and lemonade. Do you guys get this? Oh, I remember that song. Imagine dating Gollum, and he takes you home to meet his parents, and as you walk in, he stands up straight and starts talking normal. The first 3 words of this are insane, and the next 9 words do nothing to help. Is that piece of media actually bad, or did it just not go the way you wanted it to go?
Is that piece of media actually bad, or did it just not live up to the expectations you set for it? Is that piece of media actually bad, or do you just personally dislike it? Sleeper agents be like, time for my next mission, Inception. Kinda surprised how many different animals can be black and tan. There's the rabbit, and a goat, and a pig, and a Rottweiler, a guinea pig, a mouse. It's the same guy. He just stays the same colors like Beast Boy. Come out, ya black and tans! Has anyone made a Troubles joke yet? Filmmakers and audiences and critics alike all need to start suspending their disbelief again. This doesn't make sense. So? Here's the thing. You have to ask yourself, would this be better if it made sense? And if the answer is no, then don't worry about it. Important addition. I think that if you stood behind Keanu Reeves and called out John, he would turn around. Between John Wick, John Constantine, Johnny Mnemonic, Don John, Johnny Utah, John Wall, John Rain, Jonathan Harker, and Johnny Silverhand, I'm willing to bet that some days the poor man has to take a minute. Keanu Reeves. Palpatine looks like an evil Colin Mockery. It's your friend Palpatine. And your pal Friend Patine. But why would you hide this in the tags, though? Love to say spoilers and lore about real life. Never gets old. I'm breaking the fourth wall, and nobody can stop me! Where do bad rainbows go? To Prism. It's a light sentence, but it gives them time to reflect. I want to go home. I need to get out of this house. Anyone else relate? Coming out of my cage and I've been doing not great, going back to my cage, and now I'm in my cage. Yeah, your sword is pretty great, but mine will always be a little greater. 2 genres of fanfiction. Put that guy into situations. Take that guy out of situations. For the love of God, let them rest! You put the sad guy in, you take the sad guy out, you put the sad guy in, and you shake him all about. Cursor? Precursor. Breathes deep breath, slams reblog button. It's coded into our DNA. My wife paid £50 for this bed for our indoor rabbit, and this is what it sleeps in every night. It's a dust. My friend was explaining to her mom what spilling the tea meant, and her mom responded with, "You have to remember that tea stains, so be careful where you spill." And that's honestly the wisest thing I've ever heard. This is literally why intergenerational sharing is top tier. It's the epitome of wisdom and fun. Was at the beach and found a shell with barnacles on it that makes it look like an anatomically correct heart. Gifted to the goth girl to win her heart. Stole a mermaid's actual fucking heart, oh my god. Well, the heart technically is a muscle. The size of a fish. SpongeBob SquarePants! That's a real throwback. Teen horse girl movie where the horse dies an hour in, and the second half is the girl learning occult science to reanimate it so she can win the big derby. Necroprancer. Tagline: you can't beat this dead horse. The inherent tension between the acronyms JFC, JFK, and KFC. Kentucky Fried Christ. Jesus fucking Kennedy. John F. Chicken. The sun, the president, and the deep-fried spirit. It's finger-licking God. Soon may the Wellerman come. Your brain gets smart, but your head gets dumb. So much to do, so much to see. Hey, Macarena. Hi! Never ever be normal about fictional characters, but please God, be normal about the people who play them. I am begging you. Don't treat fictional characters like they're real people whose rights you need to defend, and absolutely do not treat real people like they're just characters for you to get weird about. When you're writing and you suddenly realize you don't know what happens next. When you're writing and you suddenly realize you do know what happens next. Yes! When you're writing and you discover what happens next. Oh yeah, alright, oh my god, do you guys see this? What's happening? Oh my god, I'm so smart! Anxieties. Attack! Wait, no! No, not me, you fools! No! Not like this! No! If at first you don't succeed, find out why. This is honestly better advice than if at first you don't succeed, try again. By all means, try again, but do that after you figure out why you failed. The only difference between doing science and fucking around is writing shit down. Just heard, don't miss out on your life trying to get it together. And I might have needed to hear that more than I know. It's never the perfect time to do anything, so do the best with what you got and persist. Don't ignore the happy little onion and you will have the best year ever. Aw, look at that little face. The bar is very low, happy little onion, so please work your magic. Maybe this one makes you cry with tears of joy. Leaving house. Good for depression, bad for anxiety. Staying at house. Good for anxiety, bad for depression. Standing directly in the doorway to achieve peak mental health. Hence the invention of the porch. Don't ever put your happiness in someone else's hands. They'll drop it. They'll drop it every time. See Barzak. You can, however, allow someone else to help you hold your happiness. Independence is not synonymous with isolation and distrust. I need to read, I need to write, I need to create, I need to draw, I need to clean, I need to work out, I need to learn. Watches YouTube for 6 hours. God damn it, I don't want to admit it! But it's true. To some people, you're an NPC. To other people, you're the special, unlockable character that they worked to finally get. And when they do, they're so happy because they got the game just so they could find you. The fact y'all are still passing around this post 8 years after I made it. Exquisite. I hope it's still resonating with people outside of mid-2010s Tumblr. It is what it is, but can it be something else? It is what it is, but I am what I am too, so I'm gonna try my best to make it better, and I think that's enough. Being alive is great, because there are so many different vegetables you can sauté, but then there are also the horrors. With faith and perseverance, one day we will sauté the horrors. I love this website. My body, tearfully. When sleep? Me. My dude, we just woke up. It's time for wakefulness and doing things and productivity. My body, weeping. But when sleep? Me. Okay, finally now is sleep. My body. No, wrong. 2000 was almost 14 years ago. 2000 was almost 14 years ago. 2000 was almost 14 years ago! Hey OP, guess what? Oh, never mind. You're died. Reblog. Can't wait to see this post again when other OP deactivates. You fucking wish. Be careful of asexuals, y'all. I heard they aren't fucking around. Oi. We can and will end your bloodline. Why are all baby costumes like Pumpkin or M&M? My baby deserves a cinematic quality, hyper-realistic werewolf cyborg costume. Oh hell yeah! It's a baby spider! It's perfect because it crawls. I think the biggest downside to having animal ears and a tail would be trying to mask your discomfort in public. Like, imagine trying to play it cool in customer service, but your tail keeps bristling. Manager, you're not wagging enough. Okay, but a customer service smile while your cat ears are flat on your head is a vibe. Parents got a new cat they named Lord Montague, and this morning I heard my dad in the other room say, "I would have to advise against that decision, my lord," followed by a crashing sound. I suspect that having a cat is very much like serving aristocracy and royalty. Can I make a wee comment about the rain in Florida without getting, "Hey now, whoa now buddy, ain't you from Scotland buddy?" Aye mate, but rain doesn't come with mad thunder and high-speed winds that fling alligators into your back door. Scotland rain is brooding. Florida rain is aggressive. I can't say I've ever had an alligator fly into our backyard because of the high-speed winds, but yeah, hurricanes can be something. Did I ever tell you guys? No, you never did. And I never will. Alright then, keep your secrets. Non-stick cooking spray. Non-spray cooking stick. Non-cooking spray stick. Non-spray stick cooking. Non-cooking stick spray. Non-stick spray cooking. My mum just called scrolling on Tumblr scrumbling. We should consider that your mum is correct. There's been a couple of people who agreed that it should catch on and become a word, so maybe you're right. Just scrumbled past this. Been scrumbling for a while. Glad I saw this. Keep calm and scrumble on. Please retire the "we are made of stardust" phrase. I am so tired of it. Stars are made of flesh. I changed my mind. Bring back the original phrase. We should make a Tumblr bar with drinks like Sonic Screwdriver and the Baker Street Mule. Just got out of my time capsule, by the way. Super! Who locked you in there?